Hello, everyone. Welcome to Year 3, Term 4 course New Parents Orientation Meeting. We are still waiting on a few more people to join. So we waiting for the rest of them at the moment. So we'll just give it maybe another couple of minutes and we'll start soon. People are still waiting. Joining. So we are still waiting for them. Meanwhile, we're waiting for them. I'm just gonna do a quick mic test. So, if you can hear me clearly, can you just give me a feedback on the chat so I can make sure everyone can listen to me well. Just give me quick feedback on the chat if you can hear me. Okay, sounds good. Yep, people still coming in. So just maybe another half a minute, then we will start right away. Thanks for your feedback. That's great. Thanks, guys. Before we start, so this is basically the orientation webinar for new parents, and it's going to be fairly short. And then during my presentation, I probably won't be able to monitor your chat. And at the end of the session, we will have a separate Q&A time. So please keep all your questions toward the end of the session. Then I will respond to your questions individually as much as I can. All right, I think we should start. Okay, welcome everyone for the 2022 Term 4 Year 3 courses. Basically, this through this presentation, I'm just going to introduce and explain about how Year 3 WMT courses are constructed in Term 4, and then just cover all the basics and fundamental part of the course and our services. Okay, basically before we start, you can find all the relevant and the basic information about your courses and other informations on our website. So basically there are two different part of the website. The one you can see on the left is our main website, where you can find out all the new events and the latest newsletter and the course informations. Where on the right hand side, there's a cyber school where your kids actually you still get all the basic informations. Plus on the top of that, this is basically online learning platform. So you kids can log into this website and then do all the weekly tasks and then review their test results and all that. and also you can edit your personal information. Plus, you can also make a payment for the future terms and courses. We'll cover on that. So next part, I'm going to, sorry, this is a bit outdated information, but I'm going to show you how to browse our guidebook. We just updated the new guidebook on our website. So I'm just going to share screen on my computer and then show you how to do it. Okay, just give me 1 second. All right, so this is our website. Basically, when you click our courses page, you can see the list of all the courses for each grade. So you can see there is gradual escalation between K-2 and year 3 to 5, because year 3 is basically good time to start building up all the fundamental skills for thinking skills and mathematical reasoning. So there's a huge change in course structures between those two. So as you can see, you can click this link to open up the Term 4, the guidebook for year 3. So this is online interactive guidebook where you can flick through, and on your mobile devices, you can actually use your finger to flip the pages. The first part is academic key dates. So it'll list out all the important academic schedules, as well as our course and service schedule for the Term 4. Okay. And plus, this also lists out all the services we provide on the Cyber School, the online learning platform, so you don't miss out any single part of it. Next, it also contains the preview of each course. I mean, each subject, including the WMT course. All right, so it has writing, English, mathematics, thinking skills, and mathematical reasoning. So basically, it has all the subject and courses schedule laid out per weekly basis, and also it has a sneak peek of the first module, so you can see what your quiz is going to cover for this term. Okay, so just save this link on your computer on mobile devices, so you can always check what's on each week, and then remind your kids, because often they tend to forget, things a lot. Okay, and back to our website again. So on the newsletter section, you can find all the course information for year 3, for instance. Just scroll through year 3 section, and then you can click WMT and OCFC and writing course informations. Yep. Okay, back to the slide. All right. So basically, WMT stands for writing, English, mathematics, and thinking skills, and mathematical reasoning. And it consists of comprehensive lessons in writing, reading, mathematics, and thinking skills, plus mathematical reasonings. And it helps your kids to build a strong foundation with advanced curriculums with a variety of practical and challenging questions. Okay, so the year three, you are at the stage of the building great foundation for the next step, which is year four, and opportunity class and selective school test and onward. This is a class schedule. Actually, this is missing our Sunday class schedule, but this Sunday class will start from slightly different time, which is 9 o'clock, and then finish at 12:30 instead. But it basically show you how our course is structured. So we will have 5 minutes of administration session for the first 5 minutes. So teachers will do attendance and all that basic stuff, and then we'll move on to math, because math is always best to be done when your kids' brains are fresh. And then writing, then we'll have a little bit of a break for 15 minutes, then moving on to thinking skills and mathematical reasoning, then English, and also followed by novel study for the 20 minutes. You can also find all these details through the guidebook and newsletters. So please check out. Basically, the learning cycle of the WEMT course is constructed with the module lesson for each week, and then revision with the video lesson. So video lesson is going to be uploaded from the following week and will be available for the next 3 weeks. So you can, your kids can log into the Cyber School and watch the video lesson anytime for the revision for next 3 weeks. Then there's also revision online test, which consists with various tests, like special online quiz, and like weekly, bi-weekly, the vocab test. And also on week 8, we'll have a TOEFL test, which is online test, and then available to finish for the entire week 8. So you have 7 days to finish up. We'll cover in more details later on. Next thing I want to emphasize is parental support. Because as you probably know, we recently had all the outcomes from our former students from the selective high school test, and then we did a bit of interviews with them, and then the most crucial part we found out was the parents' support. So most of them, their parents always worked together on a weekly basis with their kids. So after each lesson, when they got home, their parents would ask what they covered, and then what was the difficulties, and then if they had anything they were struggling with, their parents would go into the Cyber School together and download. There's a answer sheet, answer paper uploaded weekly as well, so they would download the answer paper. It includes solution as well, and work with their kids to revise whatever the questions they got incorrectly, sort of thing. Yeah, so this also gives good motivation for kids, rather than just to tell them to just work on themselves, and then you just to check on whether they did or not. That's not good. So always try to work together with your kids, because that really helps. Apart from the face-to-face class, we also have WMT online live lesson, which is available on Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday afternoon only. So if you are enrolled in online course, so make sure you're aware of your class time, and then close to your class time, just log into the Cyber School website and go to my page and live lesson link, and there will be a live lesson Zoom meeting link will be activated, and then you just need to click the button to join the session. It's just easy as that, because a lot of people, especially in the beginning of the term, a lot of people just call us, how do I join the Zoom lesson? Yeah, they ask a lot of those questions. So don't worry, just go to the Cyber School website and then use the link to click and join the session. Okay, so this is kind of short recommendation on what to do after each WMT lesson. So check the module answers and retry all the incorrectly answered questions, and review entire module work using the Cyber School video lessons, and complete weekly vocabulary, mathematical reasoning, thinking skill, supplementary math, special online quiz. So we always have more than enough materials for your kids to work on. So make sure, as long as they can digest, make sure your kids go through all those materials, so you don't waste any single bit of it. And this is overview of what's available on our Cyber School website for the service. So like I mentioned before, there's weekly module answer papers uploaded, and also there's a video lesson for the revision, and there's a vocabulary homework test, which is an online test, and also weekly mathematical reasoning, thinking skills, supplementary math homework test. So these are online tests, and then they are available under my test section of the Cyber School website. There's also Tuesday free webinar lesson. So this is kind of sort of makeup session. So if you ever missed, because only difference between the video lesson and Tuesday free webinar lesson is that this webinar lesson is a live session. So teachers will be present in real time. However, this is kind of one-way sort of live lesson. It's slightly more interactive than the video lesson, but it's not as interactive as the Zoom online class. Okay, but everyone is welcome to join the Tuesday free webinar lesson for, revision or makeup. Okay, and fortnightly there'll be special online quiz. This is just a combination of everything, just to quickly gauge the progress of your kids on each fortnight. And on week 8 there'll be term test. Sorry about the mishap. The detailed date hasn't been updated, but it'll be on week 8. You can find all this information on the guidebook as well. And as an optional, there's a reading 310 test, which is consists of the reading comprehension test. So everyone is just free to take this test, which is optional. So this is not mandatory, but if you have a spare time and if you're interested in new challenging English test, please feel free to go ahead and then let us know how you feel. And there's also a GA4 scholarship test, which is really, really meant to be challenging. So if your kids haven't got to try it, let them go ahead. But make sure they don't need to be disappointed if they didn't do very well, because this is meant to be really, really challenging. Okay. So next part I want to just quickly mention about is OCFC. So OCFC stands for Opportunity Class Foundation Course. So as you may know, at the beginning of the year 4, we start OCTTC course, which is Opportunity Class Test Style Trial Test. And this is basically a foundation course for that, and is sort of lightened version of trial test course. So the biggest difference is the trial test course is basically just constructs as a real test simulation. So your kids will be seated as a real test, and then they'll just go through all the test questions. Then there will be review session for about half of the class time for the review, where this foundation course, they will start with a lesson first. So they'll get big chunk of lesson first, then they take the test. So this is how it's constructed. So on all the odd week 1, 3, 5, 7, and onwards, they will be doing English with the different topics. The first week will be reading comprehension. Third week will be poem. And then week 5, gapped text sort of thing. And then every even weeks, week 2, 4, 6 onward, they'll be doing mathematical reasoning and thinking skills. And on the final week, if you enroll on Saturday and Sunday class, they will get OCTTC style mini test as well. So it's just a toned down version of the trial test course. So they will start with a lesson, they build up confidence, and they'll take short test sessions, and they will go through the review. So rather than putting your kids in the test room in the beginning of the class, we'll give you a lesson to build, let them build the confidence first. All right, and this is also additional service and contents on Cyber School for OCFC course. So every week, every first week after the English, they'll get vocab list and test, and then 10 LC reading comprehension online practice, and week 2, mathematical online practice and thinking skill online practice as well. So it's all relevant after each module. And also, if you kids got any questions incorrectly, there will be 10 questions for each subject to be available as a review on the following week. Lastly, I would like to show you additional material for the OCFC course, which is OCA Foundation Course Notes. So this is basically workbook for your kids, and there'll be 2 sets. And I'm just going to show you the preview of the workbook. Just give me 1 second. Yep, there we go. Right, so this is how the workbook looks like. So it'll have a cover page, and it'll have each homework contents, and also it will have notes section. They can take some notes. Let me just enlarge it. Yep, easier. And also there's A's incorrect question notes, where they can just write down the questions and then make their own solutions. Again, you can work together with their parents as well, and this will be a really, really good tool for them to revise each week's module, right? And like I said, a lot of kids tend to forget to bring this, so please remind your kids to bring this into class every week, because we'll still give them a scrap paper. However, if they just work on the scrap paper, it's easy to lose focus. So always put everything in one place, right? So just please remind them to just bring this into the class every week. Okay. Okay, again, back to the slide. So next part is about attending to our class. So on our website, if you visit below link on the newsletter section, you can find out actual location of the classroom for each grade and courses, because especially at the beginning of the term, we get a lot of people coming to wrong locations, and then so we don't want anyone to waste their time. So please make sure you check where to go first, and then come to the correct location. So we have, maybe I'll just demonstrate this as well. I'll be really quick. All right, so if you go to newsletter section and then class location. So for instance, you guys on year 3. So, all right, I'm year 3 and I'm enrolled on Sunday class. Okay, I need to go to Strathfield Center. And when I click the button, it'll take you to the Google map and then guide you where to go. Actually, locations is about there, not here. This is just a misstep of the Google map. I can't really fix it. But like I said, but it's nearby, and then you'll still be able to see the signs and everything. And like I said, if you enrolled in Saturday class, click the button and it will take to the correct location, which is Humbush Boys School. And then you'll need to just drop them off on the Bridge Road, so you never get lost. All right. And all the weekdays class take place in our head office, which is 5 The Crescent. All right. Okay. Next part is helping the community. As you can see, if you, for instance, if you come to our head office, you might notice that we have very, very narrow alleyway, and then there's like very narrow dead end. So we are located at the dead end of the street. So we normally get the mixed up traffic with the nearby neighbors, and then often they get very unhappy and upset due to the large number of traffics occurs around. So please, we always try to work with the community. So there will always be our staff out on the street doing the traffic control. So please cooperate and help us to minimize the traffic jam. Okay. And also there will be various signs of no parking and no standing signs, which means there will be no standing or parking allowed. So please do not park and block other residences' driveway. And also during the course of the term 4, we will be contacting you via various methods like an email, phone call, or SMS message to deliver the different type of information, such as test period reminder for like term tests, for instance, or seminars just like this one, newsletters, or special offers. Okay. If you have any inquiries, please contact us via phone or send us an email to info@newcollege.com.au. We normally deal with large number of calls every day, so sometimes it'll be really, really hard to attend every single call. But if you send us email, you probably get much faster response. All right. And then our operating hours in term 4 are as below. Okay. that was pretty much it. Now it's time for the Q&A. So please just put up all your questions you might have, and then I will answer them individually. Yep. Just 1 second. Yeah, just feel free to keep typing up. Let me just bring it up. The chat window. A second. Oh, by the way, please put your the question on the Q&A section. Okay, the first question, how students who attended Tuesday's WMT Zoom lesson can access Tuesday free webinar lesson? Well, I believe the times are clashing. So yeah, it's a live session. So if the time is clashing, unfortunately, you cannot attend because basically those classes are occurring at the same day and same time. All right. Just for clarity, is this OCFC course different WMT or is part of WMT? No, OCFC, just like OCTTC and STTC in year 4 and 5, OCFC is completely different course you need to enroll. So it'll be, so it's not really mandatory or anything, but if you are preparing for OC test next year, it is a good idea to just to get them to be familiar with the testing format. So when if they start the OCTTC course next year, it'll be much more, digestible for them to take the course. Because for a lot of kids at young age, being put in the test room could be really, really daunting experience for those kids. So this is just basically just the building up course for that. Okay. Okay. So someone asked if his or her daughter misses 2 weeks of the lesson, how can she cover those weeks? Okay, so like I mentioned, you can utilize those the free Tuesday webinar as it's online, so you can utilize them as a makeup, or you can also watch the video lesson as a sort of makeup. Okay, I've got a question about the where kids find the spare pages for incorrect questions. I'm not sure what that means, but if you're talking about the incorrect question review, you can go to Cyber School and My Test page. And if you click the test you've already done, it'll have the incorrect question listed, if that's what you mean. Okay. How long is this orientation? We are almost end of it. So yeah, won't take much longer. Are all these subjects going to be hard? Right. It really, really depends on level of your case. That's why we always take the entrance test to gauge your kid's level. So it's really, really subjective question because if it could be quite doable for some kids, or especially if you're new to us, it could be quite challenging, and that's what the parental support is most likely needed. Okay, so maybe just to talk to your kids every week after each lesson, and then ask them if it was hard or challenging or anything. Okay. How can we find the English term test review? So there will be no review for the term test. Term test is basically just to gauge your kids' overall performance and progress for the term. And there won't be a room for the review. So term test is basically just for like final test for the term. I enrolled OCFC, but on week 9 I'll go overseas. So what to do? Unfortunately, you will have to miss the test, but you might be able to apply for the makeup test, where you can kids can come on separate day and then just to do the test. There will be no review session for it, but your the mark of your kids test will be still put in the system. Okay. How is the final report delivered? If you're talking about the term test, it'll be delivered via email. Yep. If you do miss these classes, like I said, I suggest you go watch a video lesson or participate in the Tuesday free webinar. If you have any other inquiries, you can always call us and talk to our administration staff. Okay. I'll probably just answer. I get a lot of questions at the moment. Let me just maybe cover a couple more questions before wrapping up the session. Okay, how can a children follow OCFC and WMT at the same time? Yes, like I said, this is a very subjective matter as well. So just do not enroll both courses if you believe your kids cannot digest them, both of them. So it's always a good idea to talk to them. Can you do both, or do you want to do both? Because they are still year 3 and very young. So you don't need to, stress them out. Always talk to them, and then just, do both of them only if they have enough confidence. Otherwise, I don't recommend taking both class. But WMT is basically the more fundamental part. So do take WMT only instead. Okay. For more information about the OCFC, you can go on our website and then check out the newsletter for detailed pricing and stuff. Okay. All right. One last question, and I will wrap up this session. Unfortunately, the time's up. Will students able to ask any questions to teacher during face-to-face class time? Yes, of course. We are actually encourage everyone to just to answer questions. However, on the level where it does not disrupt, the lesson, the pace. So probably it really comes down to each individual teacher's teaching styles, but they normally kind of tell them to save up all the questions toward the end of each topics. Then the teachers will ask the kids if they have any questions. So just to tell your kids, don't be shy during the question session. Raise their hands and then ask teachers all the questions. Okay. Okay, I think that was most of it. Just one last question. So how long though will the video lesson for makeup available? 1 week, or like I mentioned, the video lesson for the revision will be available from 3 weeks. So if you missed first week, The video lesson for the first week will be available from first day of week 2, then will be available till end of week 4, if that makes sense. So you can access the video lesson for module 1 during week 2, 3, and 4. I hope this made it clear. So yes, so that was it. Thank you for joining this session. Sorry, we had limited time, so I could not cover every single question I got. But always feel free to send us an email if you have any more questions, and then we are happy to respond to your questions. Okay. Thank you guys all for joining today, and then I hope you enjoy the Time 4, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.